Brothers, how you doing? This is Poe and this is Pace, and you can see a few scars on the side there and his body there. There's a couple of pokes. Got a nice 60-pound pig with the boys on Saturday. I filmed that for my other channel, Clay Tall Stories. Had a hell of a day. My brand new computer completely shit itself. A brand new laptop that I bought for the channel, the XP S 17-inch screen, buggered, and I got online with the support in Singapore, then Australia, and finally got everything back. The joys of being a YouTuber. Anyway, won't go on about that too much. After 2 days of hunting with the boys, I come up with a video for the Good Bastard Club that support what I do with the young fellas, and that should be a good one. And I am going to bring it to the Bro Check Club. I'm not going to stick it on my Clay Tall Stories channel because right now YouTube are deleting channels hand over fist that are going against their guidelines. Now their guidelines are changing all the time. It's mental. So this one here said, do not post this if it shows danger to children. I got a wee notification. Danger to children. I mean, we model, collie model. How do you say it? Tongue twister. You know what I mean. We can't do stuff. We can't teach boys to be boys because we might hurt them. I think we're hurting them more by wrapping them up in cotton wool. That's my thoughts on that. So it's making it increasingly hard to make content that's natural to be a young man growing up. That's one thing I want to yak about. But I am going to risk it. I'm going to post it first on Patreon for those that support me, and then down the track I'm going to stick it on this channel, because this channel's already had 2 strikes. If it gets taken off, if the channel goes, so be it. If it goes, so be it. Because it's something I think is worth sharing, and I've cut out the sticking part, and I've cut out the gut part, and I've tried to minimise the blood, so hopefully I can share it with you guys. If not, it'll be my last video and this channel will end, and I'll give up because I'm not going to keep trying because I'm just tired of that. That's why I haven't posted for 3 months. Fuck. What do you do, you know? Okay, let's go back to what I was yakking about the other day, about how crazy it's become with this new sort of woke society we're living in, and how children now can identify as anything. Check this out. I'm going to get shot down for saying this, but fuck it. In Australia, there is 1,000 children on waiting lists as young as 6 years of age waiting to have sex change operations. Let that sink in for a minute. 1,000 children waiting to have operations to have sex change because they identify as being the opposite gender to what they were born. I think that's crazy. A lot of young men, when they're going through puberty, they are finding their way, and they might experiment with same sex, or they might experiment, I don't know, with other stuff because they're trying to find their way, or being asexual where they just don't want anything. But how can you possibly know what you truly are when you're 6 or 7 years of age? And where's that coming from? Oh, just let me stop for a minute, I've got to show you something. Just see, oh, it's too far away. Paradise ducks with a whole lot of babies on my new building site there. I'll go over and have a look at that in a minute. So cool to see. I shoot the pukikos around here because they kill all the ducklings that fledge. That's the first time paradise ducks have managed to live. I've kept the pookies down around here. Anyway, going back to what I was talking about. Shame on the surgeons that perform those operations. That is sick. I don't care what anyone says. That's really not, that's crazy. Those people don't, their cortex of their brains haven't developed properly yet. If you're a young man, your frontal cortex hasn't fully developed till 25. In the case of me, mine didn't develop till I was about 50. I was still doing dumbass stuff till I got to 50. For me to make an executive decision at the age of 6 or 7 years age what sexuality I was back then would have been ridiculous. I didn't even think I had a sexuality. I wasn't, you know, I mean, it's just mind-blowing. So there's what's going on. Now the other thing is, if a child at school today identifies as being something other than what they are, if they go to school and they say, I'm a cat, the teachers can't question that. The teachers are not allowed to even say, well, how do you feel about this? They've got to accept what the kids are saying. Think about that. I've got to cross this creek without bloody falling. Here we go. Last time a dog tripped me up just as I jumped across. Just going to go across here. Oh, there we go, there's the creek. So when I was building the shed, the council never told me that the shed's got to be 8 metres from the creek because of flooding. So we put the pad in, and then we had to bloody shift the whole thing, and extend the pad, and that costs more. This is my new 4-bay shed. 4-bay shed, it's been going up for a year now. Today they put the pea metal down because it's cheaper than concrete just to get it flush, and tomorrow I'm going to put the concrete on. No, on Wednesday the concrete's going down. These big posts. She's a 4-bay. My dream my whole life is since I was a kid was to have a Toyota Land Cruiser. Not to be a girl or to be a cat or to be a dog, but just be a bloke that had a Toyota Land Cruiser, a V8. And I'm nearly 60 and I still haven't got one. But by God, that dream is going to come true one day. You watch the space. I don't quite know how we're going to do it because we haven't even paid for this yet. Before I leave this planet, I'm not going to die without owning my own Toyota Land Cruiser V8. I love those trucks so much I wrote a song about it. Pulling out of me local boozer and me Toyota Land Cruiser. She's a bloody doozer, gets me where I need to go. Well, she may be well outdated, naturally aspirated, but she never leaves me frustrated. Man, she sure can tow. Most of me hunting mates, they drive new utes, but my old truck is a bloody beaut. When bits fall off, I just don't care. That old truck takes me everywhere. I met a girl from Otterwaker, she was a real heartbreaker. I took her on a romantic date, eating fish and chips by the Glen. But she said me truck was smelly, and the hard rod upset her belly. Needless to say, I won't be taking her out again. Boy, a racer sitting in his ute on the roadside. I don't think he's got a seat, because I can't see his eyes. What's the sense in a Hilux that silo ride? It makes no sense at all. I forgot to pay me road user for me Toyota Land Cruiser. So I just drove backwards to town to see me old mate, Alan Simmons. But the law did come and pinch me, and the tow truck came and winched me. So I snuck in their compound and drove me cruiser throughout their barbed wire fence. While I'm hunting in places where I shouldn't be, no bother ever bothers me, 'cause I look like I work for the forestry in me Toyota Land Cruiser. 'Cause I look like I work for the forestry in me Toyota Land Cruiser. 'Cause I look like I work for the forestry in me Toyota Land Cruiser. That song there, I've been funneling all the income from that into this. Started 3 years ago, or 4 years ago now, when I bought the bit of dirt here, and I funneled all the money from that, and also from the song Old Dog, and the rest I've borrowed from the bank. Well, I haven't, but I will be, so that's how we're going to pay for that when it's done. Anyway, the wind's probably blowing the audio away. The world's gone crazy. Don't let your world go crazy. Don't let the bastards grind you down. Check on the brothers around you and do something good for the bloke next door or somebody's child who doesn't have a mum or a dad, and you'll wake up the next day thinking I'm better off for it because I made the world around me better off. Charity begins at home in your own community. You guys know that, and I know a lot of you do it already. Whether you're a mum that gives up your weekend to teach netball, or a dad that gives up your weekend to teach rugby or boxing or mountain biking or motorbiking, just takes kids out. I know there's a heap of you men doing that, and good on you. Good on you. If you're putting your time aside to help someone else out, then you're a good bastard, and you belong to the Good Bastards Club. There's a lot of good bastards around us. It's not all doom and gloom. It's not all shitty stuff. We see bad news, but I don't watch the news because it's all bad, because that's what sells. But there's a lot of good stuff happening too. I'm sorry about the wind and the audio here. It's probably blowing the crap out of it. But there is a lot of good. There's a lot good going on out there. It's not all doom and gloom. There's a lot of good bastards. There's a lot of people that put their time aside to help out those in their community, and they're the unsung heroes. They don't talk about it. They don't even have YouTube channels like me and spout off about it. They just quietly do it. Hats off to those. Hats off to those volunteers, the firemen and the firewomen that volunteer. Fire persons, we've got to call them today. How fucked up's that? Fisher person. There's no such thing as a fisherman anymore. All this woke wank. And hats off to the people that give up their time for the St. John's every weekend. And they sit by a football game or a soccer game. Probably sit by more football games, more soccer games than rugby, because more people get hurt playing soccer than rugby. They do when I watch it on television. I don't watch the news anymore because it depresses me. I just talk to my mates and I hunt down the information online that I want to see. I select it myself. Anyway, look at these dogs. They don't want to go anywhere. They're still rooted after hunting all weekend. That's good, isn't it? See them tired. Check on it, brother, and I'll see you in the next Bro Check Club video. Jump on my Patreon if you want to support what I'm doing with young fellas, or wait and I'll later on post the stuff and you'll get to watch it free. And if you're someone who's in a really bad place, you're terminally ill, you're end-stage cancer or end-stage heart disease, send me a message on claytoolstories@gmail.com and I'll send you a link to the latest hunting video. I've got a couple up right now. I've got a couple of hunting ones, new ones, and that might brighten up your day. In fact, if you've got end-stage heart disease, hit me up and I'll send you a link the way you can change that, possibly, if you're a strong person who's got the willpower to take control of your own health. I've helped a few blokes out and they're still here, and I'm one of them, still walking the walk, talking the talk. And go steady. Right, I'm out here. See you later. Come on. Good dogs. You were lucky, mate. That sow had some good tusks. You don't think a sow's normally going to do that, do you? Still wagging your tail. I tell you what, if it had been a boar, you'd be bloody dead. Yeah, you little wanker. Look at that. Got stuck right in there. He's going good. He got there first, and then Poe, and then this old boy here got there at the end, didn't you? He's a bit slow, but when he can get there, wow, those big jaws, they just hold on tight, don't they? Hey, he's actually a baiting dog, this. Hard to imagine. Mastiff cross collie. And there's Poe. Oh, good dog, Poe. You're a bit like me. You're an old dog, aren't you? Old dog, old dog. Well, let's go give you some possum, and feed you. Come on, let's go. Time for your possum. Yeah, that's right.